Hello and welcome to bmclounge.com. Today we are discussing a concept created by this smiling gentleman on your screen right now. His name is Abraham Maslow, and the concept that he created is known as Maslow's hierarchy of needs, also known as pyramid of needs in certain texts. Now, what is this all about? Well, in our recent videos, we have been talking about leadership, we have been talking about motivating your team members, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs is all about motivation. How do people get motivated? And this is an important concept from PMP exam perspective as well, because you can definitely expect a question in your exam around Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that's how important this is. Now, even if you don't get a question in your PMP exam around Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you should still know this concept, because this is going to put a lot of things from your career point of view, from your life point of view into perspective. So let's get started and understand the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So here's a quick introduction about Abraham Maslow, although not so important from your PMP exam perspective. So I will quickly go over the content of this slide. So his full name was Abraham Harold Maslow, and he was born on April 1, 1908 and left the earth on June 8, 1970. He was an American psychologist, and he is best known for the concept that we are discussing today, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, he was also the psychology professor at so many universities listed here. He stressed the importance of focusing on the positive qualities of people and not treating them as a bag of symptoms. Now, there was a survey done by a review of general psychology published in 2002, and it ranked Maslow as the 10th most cited psychologist of the 20th century. So that's a quick introduction about Abraham Maslow. Here's a quote that you can read from Maslow that I really like. It basically means if the only tool you have is a hammer, you're going to treat everything as a nail. So true. Think about it. Read this quote and think about it again. All right, so without further ado, let's look into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And this hierarchy is basically represented in a pyramid. There are 5 different types of needs in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Starting off with the first one, which is obviously going to be the most basic of all needs. But before that, like I mentioned, there are 5 categories of needs in hierarchy, right? They are arranged in hierarchy. So you need to understand that you cannot go higher. You cannot achieve higher needs until you're comfortable with the lower ones. So the ones which come lower in the hierarchy, you need to satisfy them first. You need to achieve them first to be able to move to the next level. So obviously the first level, the first entry in the hierarchy is going to be the most basic need of every human being, and that is physiological needs, which means the need for food, water, shelter. Obviously, this is the most basic thing every human being would want. Security. This is the second in the hierarchy of needs. You need safety, safety for your life, safety for your loved ones. You need job security. You need good health. So this is basically the second type of needs in Maslow's hierarchy. Like I mentioned earlier, you cannot achieve the higher needs, which means you cannot go to the level of security until you're comfortable or until you have already achieved the physiological needs, right? So if you don't have food to eat, right, you're least bothered about your health. You will eat whatever that is available because this is physiological need, right? This is a need which you need to fulfill first, and only then will you, when once these are covered, only then will you look for healthier food options, right? Number three is acceptance, societal acceptance to be more precise, right? You need friends, you need relationships, you need a sense of belonging on this planet. You need to have family, you need to have societal acceptance, basically. So, let me give you an example. When you have little kids running around in the house, they are covered with this need, right? They already are being provided food, water, shelter. They are good with this. They also are covered with this, right? They have safety, they don't need a job, right? So they are pretty much secure in the environment they are in. Now, do they have all the love that they need? Of course they do. They have all the love from parents, grandparents, right? So they are all good. So kids at home are obviously good with these first three needs. But once they grow up, once they move out of the house, that is when you again come to the first level and you try to figure out how you're going to fulfill your physiological needs itself. Now, number four is going to be esteem needs. This is about prestige. This is about feeling of accomplishment. This is about recognition. And this is where I'd like to continue my example of kids. Once they do good in their tests in school, what do? They rush back at home and they come to their parents and they show them the result and how good that they have done in school. Why? Because they want the feeling of accomplishment. They want that recognition from their parents and their loved ones, right? They are good with the first three needs. They are looking for esteem for sure. And finally, the last in Maslow's hierarchy of needs is self actualization, something that the kids are too young to understand. This is about achieving your full potential, making a contribution on this planet, right? Have you ever heard about being the best version of yourself? This is where it is coming from. And you cannot achieve here, you cannot reach the self actualization stage until you are good with the four stages below it, right? So you see so many billionaires with a lot of money, tons of wealth, they actually make heavy donations. Why are they doing so? Because they are trying to make a contribution. They are trying to achieve the self actualization stage of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Actually, there's something that Maslow had said which reflects what he meant when he said self actualization. A musician must make music. An artist must paint. A poet must write. If he is to be ultimately at peace with himself, if you deliberately plan on being less than what you're capable of being, then I warn you that you will be unhappy for the rest of your life. This is what Abraham Maslow had said, which means every person should try and achieve the self actualization goal. They should try to reach the stage of self actualization, right? What a man can be, he must be. This need we call self actualization. Like I said, the best version of yourself, whatever that you can be, you should be, and that's how you achieve self actualization. So, this was Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a very important concept, not just from PMP point of view, but from your career point of view as well, from your life's point of view as well. That's why I thought about discussing this. Let's move on. So before I close this video, a quick reminder, if you're looking for PMP book recommendations, head over to pmclounge.com/resources. This is where we have listed my favorite books on your PMP preparation. Also, Abraham Maslow had written many books, and I will share a link. Actually, the first link in the description will take you to Amazon, where all the books written by Maslow are listed. If you want to dive deeper into the concept of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he has written books on it too. So do check that out. First link in the description, very, very important. So here's a question for you. Every time I ask you to hit that like button, what kind of need am I trying to accomplish here? Let me know in the comments. Definitely looking forward to your answers. And don't forget to hit that like button because it helps us stay motivated and create more free content for you. So smash that like button. You already know how important motivation is now. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content. Also, don't forget to check out our social media handles, PMC Lounge on Twitter as well as Facebook. And don't forget to check out the website as well, the official website, pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.